like we go today, the people who have money go to Boston and London and buy their clothes. They were going to Norway. But after, about in the 13th century, we became part of Norway, the weather got worse, and we sort of entered dark Middle Ages, and we were constantly wearing black. We managed to color black better than other nations, so we always looked like we were in mourning. Black and the sheep colors, that was the only thing we were wearing. But yeah, still do. And so we couldn't find any plant that gave good blue. It was said that we could get blue from this plant here, wood crane spill, but I think it was more grey. We called grey cows blue and so on. It was some kind of perception of the eye. If you put grey in with other colors in a pattern, it looks blue. You can't have a grey color without having a blue undertone that you see better when it's among other colors. But I don't think it was ever a clear blue. So for 300 years we have used indigo as probably everyone else in the world. It's the best way to get blue from nature. So it's part of our tradition. With blue, I can of course get beautiful blue colors. If I dip yellow into blue, I get green. And I can play around with this, put the red in here. Every yarn that doesn't look so good and I'm not very happy with it, I put in blue. Something magical happens. And the pink color, this one here, this has nothing to do with Icelandic coloring tradition. It's not even a plant. I decided at first I'm not going to have this color because it has nothing to do with the tradition, but it's colored from an insect, cochineal, from the bug that makes the color in campari and cosmetics and also food coloring. And it's all natural. You don't have any extra chemicals to get this color. And of course pink is a color that sells quite well. So, and I also thought it's a fun subject to talk to maybe to children about you can color with insects. And I really like teasing little 7-year-old pink girls and telling them where the pink color comes. So even though it's not part of Icelandic nature and tradition, it's all natural and it's in there with the other colors. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my work process. It's a lot of work to color this yarn. It can't be mass produced, as I said. Yeah, I have to, every single skein I have to work with a lot. I get my yarn on big cones like this, and I have to make them into 50-gram skeins, like this one here. And I use my spinning wheel, or used my spinning wheel for that. And I started just counting. The cone was on the ground, and I was counting 190 circles. And I got confused. I was trying to watch television, and it was just horrible. Then I found a counter here, so at least I could go faster. And it was still going really slow. And then my friend made this for me. So it went way faster, but still not fast enough. So I bought a machine that takes 3 cones at a time. It's just this top part has a motor and a counter. So now I sit in my living room and watch television and do a lot. It goes way faster.
Where does the yarn come from?
The East Tex factory. It's the only Icelandic wool factory.
Oh, okay.
Icelandic wool, of course, all Icelandic wool. Then I have to rinse the skeins, because the white wool, even though it does come from the white sheep, it's still colored white, because it has to be always the same white. And some extra chemicals are in the yarn that the color doesn't stick to it if the chemicals are there. So I have to rinse it at least twice, and then I put it in overnight in this big pot here, with the alum, the mordant here. And then it's ready for coloring the morning after. And to make up the dye bath, is the easiest one is to go outside, get some lupin, straighten the dye pot fresh, boil it for 45 minutes, filter it out, put the yarn in for an hour, and the color is ready. That's the simplest. The Icelandic coloring lichen here, I have to go up north to find it. I have to take it carefully, it grows slowly, and it has to lay overnight with the yarn before I heat it. And if I want it dark, I heat it for maybe a week. So it can take 1 or 2 hours or many days to color. The red color, I will keep this in until tomorrow morning, and so on. Then I have to rinse the yarn, and when I have the plant in with the yarn, it's a lot of work. I rinse it, go outside, shake it, and back and forth. And then I put the skein on a broomstick, hang it on a broomstick, and put this on the bottom so it dries very straight. And still not ready, I have to turn it up again on the wheel. And now I can't use any machines. It has tangled a little bit in the coloring process, so I just have to do it by hand. But that's actually a fun part. I don't have to count. And you see the yarn sort of appear in front of you, ready for sale, and quite beautiful. And